I can understand if when you passed by, they had an Uncle Remus looking motherfucker, you know, trying to put the display together. Now,
hey, my zippity doo dah.
Yeah, I'll shoot all of this stand right here. You know, I understand if that's what you saw. They had a dude dressed up in like slave clothes, putting this together. You know,
I want to go to our Hobby Lobby now and do that. I'm gonna put 2 crows there from Dumbo.
Let's go ahead and switch gears here real quick because we're going to leave movie territory now. We're going to get into some social issues. And I just want to bring up something here that's dividing a lot of people out there. You know, what is, I hate to do it, racism is just, we just getting more of a heaping helping than we want today. You know, a nice cup of racism every now and then. Keep you on your toes. Keep you regular. You know, keep you aware. But we were just getting to the point where people are seeing racism and everything, and a lot of times it is justified because of the current political environment that we have, the climate that we have. It is popping up a lot more. So that's why I ask you, Martin, right now, if you agree with this young woman that happened to be shopping at Hobby Lobby last Thursday. Mm-hmm. She was fine. She was good. She was happy.
Go to Michael's next time.
And she might, because she don't want to deal with that old racist Hobby Lobby. Young black woman walking around, fine. She was doing great. She was on her way to the checkout and just happened to look down on a shelf and see, God damn it, cotton. She saw cotton in a vase, and now, if you look right here, she put out exactly, Martin. Now she put out here. She went on the Facebooks, and she had to put it out there for the people and warn Hobby Lobby. You're being very insensitive. This is wrong on so many levels. I'll bring the posting back up here. Now, I will describe this for the people who are listening. What we're looking at are, I guess those are cotton plants with the cotton in bloom right there, and they're putting vases. Now, the girl that put this out is Danielle Ryder, and she says here in her post, this decor is wrong on so many levels. Some deep racism going on, level after level of it. And she's layer cake of racism. And she says there's nothing decorative about raw cotton, a commodity which was gained at the expense of African-American slaves. Martin, she says here, Martin, a little sensitivity, just a little goes a long way. In all caps, please remove this quote unquote decor.
Shawty, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, like, it's so unnecessary right now.
I hate this girl that she would put me in the position of defending Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Because I am not a fan.
They make great picture frames.
They do.
Not even Hobby Lobby. Just imagine a Nazi came up and they were like, come on, man. You'd be like, yeah, I know. Shit is silly. And it is. I'm sorry.
You stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Just throw away all your t-shirts and all your clothes, which are made out of cotton, if you feel this strongly about it.
Yeah, and she's on that.
Somebody needs to take the internet away from her.
No, man, she's on that, and I don't want to point out here too much. I mean, she's out there, so I'll just show you because she's she's very much into the Afrocentric right now. She's wearing Africa on her ears and everything, so she's as they say, as the kids say, she's woke. Now
she too woke.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Listen, it ain't nothing wrong. But
she ain't been sleeping day.
Listen, let me tell you something. It ain't. It's okay. It's okay to be woke. But take a nap sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sit your ass down. You're tired. You're not thinking straight. Yeah. You're not thinking straight.
There's no getting around that. You just dumb, girl.
Yeah, I don't listen.
I would really love to hear her defend herself on this though, because it's like the second somebody poses the question, like this is like a thing. It's just a flower. No, you don't understand, Shawty.
I hate that I have to explain this to this girl, but you do realize that slaves were not involved in the growing of cotton.
The cotton was here way before human beings.
Not according to her.
Nah. I mean, unless Mother Nature has a hidden plantation somewhere where she's whipping slaves to make the cotton grow. Cotton is a natural thing. I mean, shit.
This is on the backs of slaves, Coleman. Your shirt was made by slaves.
I was just thinking that if that is something that bothers you, then we might as well, all of us in this room might just well get naked
down
right now. Because we don't want to be racist.
Oh, that's right.
And the Bible tells you to only wear natural fibers.
Now,
it is a sin punishable by death to wear
Blends.
Yeah, blends, polyester, homosexuality, and wearing polyester.
Punishable by death.
Both punishable by death.
These unfashionable motherfuckers.
oh, but Martin, you know what?
Disrespecting your parents, same thing.
But Martin, it's not racist. I mean, but goddamn it, that cotton is. Now
She could lose her mind if she went to like a real field of cotton. Oh, that's racism! Yo!
I know she gonna fuck around and lynch herself.
She's one of those cases of the lightest skinned blacks trying to prove just how black they are.
Trying way too
hard.
Yeah, Daniel.
Don't be smiling.
She listen to Nina Simone right now. That's all I know.
Yeah, because look, I was there with one of them brothers trying to overcompensate. You know,
dashiki?
I had a dashiki, I had one of them black medallions like that right there.
And
Listen to
I'm
nothing
black,
but Arrested
y'all. And I'm
Development.
black, y'all. And I'm blacker than black. And I'm black, y'all.
Yeah, walking around, you know, I had a slice of bean pie too. You know, I understand going through the phases, and I'm not talking. Look, be woke, be black, be proud, whatever you got to do, but don't be stupid.
Yeah, the part where you were so woke that you look dumb is when you make all of us look dumb.
Where you were so woke, where you haven't slept in like 3 weeks, and you were delirious right now. You know, I mean, allow me to explain everything that's wrong with this that we have already done. I mean, these guys have already said it. You know, we're wearing cotton right now. You know, this is
Everybody.
She's wearing cotton in that picture.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but it ain't raw cotton on a stick.
Somebody needs to beat her.
It ain't that cotton candy cotton right there. You know, it's I can understand if when you pass by they had an Uncle Remus looking motherfucker, you know, trying to put the display together. Now,
Hey, my zippity doo dah.
yeah, I'll shoot all of this stand right here. You know, I understand if that's what you saw. They had a dude dressed up in like slave clothes putting this together. You
I
know,
want to go to our Hobby Lobby now and do that. I'm gonna put 2 crows there from Dumbo.
Man, that'd be fun to go there and just try to give demonstrations on how to pick it.
This is how you do these end caps, guys.
Now, if you get it right here,
Yeah.
it's going to prick your fingers. You don't want that.
Yeah, you know, it wasn't like black people were passing by and having to pick this shit. You know, it's a display. It is raw, natural cotton. Now, we really want to go down this stupid ass rabbit hole, this racist rabbit hole that you've dug. I mean, if we are going to like, I hardly ever like going down the slippery slope theory. But if we're going to do that, if we want to go in and be offended by every image or icon that has even been remotely associated with slavery, we got a long way to go. Does that mean that Indiana Jones can't have his whip no more? Because it look like he's whipping slaves right now.
White oppressor.
Yeah. You know, does Indiana Jones have to pull his belt off and start whooping people like a black mama? You know, I mean, think about it. That's a big icon of slavery, the whip.
Sure. And that means we can't eat Ritz crackers anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Even though I would tell you, Indiana Jones, he did whip a lot of brown people. Okay, this moves. Get your brown ass away from me. Get out of here. I like this guy right here. Oh, shit, man.
The second movie is really racist.
No, he looking at him like, damn, you racist in a motherfucker, man. He like, did you see that shit?
He's about to hang himself too, because that was going up in the fan.
It was like, damn, you know, it was one thing to whip a motherfucker, but now you about to hang my ass too? You getting 2 bits of racism in one?
I love how slowly he turned around.
Look at this. Like he whipped him and lynched him with one whip.
That was my plan.
So, you know, maybe.
Maybe she's got a point.
Yeah, so maybe with Indiana Jones, you got a point. He whipped and lynched a lot of brown motherfuckers, man.
Yes.
But let's continue. You know, okay, one for the girl right there. But let's move on. You know, somebody brought up a good point when they said, so when I go over to Home Depot. Does that mean that I can't go down the rope and chains line right there?
Nope.
You know, it's funny because this is the S&M of Home Depots. They got lubricants and tie downs
Where's the leather?
in the same aisle. Leather is the next aisle over, along with edible underwear.
Get over there, I'm tied down.
You're 2 hours down, you can actually pick up a chick. But that brings up another point. You know, what if you're into S&M? You know, no more chains and ropes for you because that is too close to slavery. You know what I mean? Trees. Might as well just chop down trees. I mean, trees, they lynched a lot of people. Half them
The
brothers,
trees were hanging people.
Yeah, man. They wouldn't have hung if they didn't have the trees.
man, the whole time the trees are going, no, please don't do this. I'm not here for this.
No, Martin, I don't say that. If you notice, Martin, the trees didn't protest.
Sure, there were some racist trees.
Yeah. Trees are racist. Gotta be. Hung a lot of black people. You see how, now I know we're making really silly arguments right now, but
no dumber than hers.
But exactly, it is no dumber than hers. We're really doing this to prove a point. We're not just trying to be funny here. It's stupid. This is ridiculous. And now, a lot of people, and they never target y'all. It's coming back to me. Here comes old Coon Coleman again. Oh man,
Did your wake up call yet?
Yeah,
Old Erasmus Coleman.
You know what? Because that's what y'all, man. You can't support black issues for nothing. This girl up here got her black pride on. You just knocking her down. That's why we can't have nothing, man. That's why we don't succeed. You know what? Take your time. Go ahead. Throw your coons at me, your Uncle Toms, your house niggas. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Porch monkeys.
Porch monkeys, all that. Go
Can we
ahead.
just call them racist things now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
jigaboos.
Okay, yeah. Let me think of some.
Go
Moon
through the
crickets.
list. Yeah, go ahead. I'm here. I'll wait. Go ahead.
Crab.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That I am. Got them claws for your ass right now. That I will own up to. But go ahead, sling them at me. All right, you got it. You done? Cool. Because this is the problem.
Schwartzes, Swiggies.
Okay, we done, man. We don't need that. I ain't even. You just making up shit now. Swiggies and shit. I'm playing a double feature with Gremlins. Gremlins and Swiggies. I mean, this is this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why sometimes when I do look at things, and look, people have a right to get offended, but this is why when I see people who get offended by the mention of the N-word or other things that are on the surface, this is what I'm talking about, where we are conditioned to be mad at the things that are on the surface, that are up front, that are obvious. And those are the things that we have been conditioned to get triggered to. And the whole time it's just a distraction for the other things that are going on, the real issues that are happening. And that in at this moment, while this young lady is sitting up here complaining about cotton, natural cotton that grew from obviously the racist earth, there are things that are going on right now that are worse than what she's looking at. I mean, it doesn't even make sense what she's looking at.
What's worse than cotton at Hobby Lobby? Come on.
Oh, and here's the thing. Hobby Lobby, y'all done a lot of shit, but don't you dare apologize for this.
Please don't.
No, there's no. I don't even care about Hobby Lobby in as much as I just don't want this kind of ignorance to have the publicity.
Sure.
Or base.
Exactly. I mean, that does not help legitimate people who are focusing on legitimate racism. And I'm gonna tell you, if you are upset about slavery in the past making you mad about cotton, boy, we have a lot of things that we need to get rid of with current slavery. Because there is a form of slavery going on right now, and a lot of things that we buy, that we own, that we take pride in owning, that's part of that slave system. There is a and I looked at this today because this is exactly what I thought. I was like, the girls complaining about this. How many things that are right in front of us that are made by this particular system? And you're like, what system are you talking about, Corey? You talking about the prison system? Everybody talks about that shit. No, I don't think anybody really, really knows. I mean, it has a face, it has a name, and it is very active. And a lot of it comes from one particular contracting company, Unicore. Now, I ain't talking about fucking Unicron from the Transformers, because some people would think that.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought
yeah,
you meant.
exactly. I told you Unicron was racist.
I was like, damn, he's lost it now.
Yeah. I knew them Transformers was whooping niggas.
Goddamn, you Orson Welles.
No. Unicore, and I could find only like a really bad pixelated image of their logo right there. Unicore, we're life changing.
Change your life, all right.
And yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We love to go around with that whole that taking pride in made in USA. You know, we're bringing all of our stuff back and having it made right here on good old American soil. Also being made by prisoners. You want to talk about American prisons? Yeah, you're correct. And you see right here that these are prisoners who are making, if you look at this, military uniforms. And also, if you look in this room, it is consisting of prisoners who make up the largest portion, I think 15 times more than anybody else, especially white people, to be incarcerated in prison, which are black males. And so that is why people looking at this as an allegory for, not even an allegory, it is a new system of slavery that's going on out there. Because...
Well, that system started the minute slavery ended.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, the thing, Martin, is that Unicore, they pay these prisoners less than $1. Now, there are some special cases where they do that. They pay them sometimes like 23 cents, 25 cents an hour for doing work that would be probably 10 times more out in the real world.
Yeah, a 13-year-old kid in Bangladesh would be going, bullshit, I'm not working for that.
Yeah, you're getting ripped off. But these people are getting paid sometimes less than 50 cents. And for Unicore, back in 2016, I don't know about 2017. Of course, 2017 is not done yet. But back in 2016, they made over $500 million worth of business on the backs of prisoners. And what is wrong with that? Well, that's what I always say. Prison is not about rehabilitation. Prison is always about keeping people in. Prison is productive, and prison is cheap labor.
It's a business. Yeah. Like when you get in that particular system, it costs you money to get out. They do everything they can to keep you from getting out. You think it's just going to be a simple, well, I'll go in and I'll get my trial and then I'll come out. They have all kinds of stopgaps to keep you from getting out. It's
a privatized system. You damn right. If it's profitable, they're going to keep your black ass in there. And whoever else, if they can.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tragic reality of life right now, and a lot of people don't even know.
It's like I got a business card from a lady that worked for them. Like when I was living in Atlanta, I just got back from living overseas, and I was like, yeah, I was talking small talk while we were waiting for our food. She's like, yeah, I work for this company called Unicore. I know you got a background. I talked about my background in criminal justice and speaking Chinese. And she was like, oh yeah, like you should definitely come and work with us. We need people that can speak that language. And I was like, oh, this is cool. And I went home and looked it up. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah, no, it's something that's done almost, if they can, in secret, you know, because a lot of people don't know, and they don't want people to know, because when it does come to light, now these days it's starting to get a negative view, you know.
It's like a slaughterhouse.
Yeah,
they won't let you bring cameras in.
Yeah, it's a very at times despicable and deceptive system that they have going on.
Well, plus they know they got people who go like, well, they are prisoners, they shouldn't have broke the law. So there's plenty of people who will just brush it off.
Yeah,
who won't look into it, because those same people, if they looked into it, that they would be outraged as well.
Well, that's why I tell people, the more you really look into the prison system, the more you will not be for cheap labor like this, the more you will not be for the death penalty, the more you will not be for the justice system as it stands right now. You'll see that all this needs improvement. And you're probably saying, well, man, you know what's so what? They make license plates. Shit, ain't no big deal. Oh, brother, no, you don't even know how much shit is out there. I was looking on the site. But you can find, this list is in a lot of places. I happen to get a lot of my imagery from this site, but this is from a site called The Thrillist that you can go to. This was published back in 2015, and some of this is still going on. But they give a list of many, many things that are made by the prison system. Let's go through some examples. This girl is worried about cotton.
I know.
Innocent little cotton sitting up there. Girl, if you're worried about cotton, then this new slave system is going to have you stay at home buck naked, because you ain't going to be able to go nowhere based on what is out there made by this makeshift slavery prison system that we have. Let's take a look. One, go to McDonald's. Well, guess what? McDonald's uniforms, I don't know about now, but I know at some point their uniforms were and probably still are subcontracted by a company in Oregon where they make the McDonald's uniforms. And
Well, I'm just buying Big Macs.
yeah, but you ain't out there getting offended by cotton.
No.
So so yeah, if you go to McDonald's and you're afraid, you are offended and feel that cotton innocently on the shelf is racist, then you need to stop eating them Big Macs. Because that shit is part of a system. Damn, that manager about to go to jail. Look what's up, McDonald's youth? That guy was like, man, he won't leave me alone. He's still behind me.
He trying too hard to be down with
Yeah,
the kids.
hey, kids. Tried the fries today? Crispy, huh?
Who wants to ride in my new convertible?
Isn't that food nice and addictive?
He does like one of those managers that just tries to hit on every young girl that's there. Yeah, no, he's gonna be making them uniforms too. That poor kid, he's like, he just won't leave me alone. Oh, his ass like a hawk. Fresh meat. Hey, Jimmy, looking good in them prison clothes right there. Another thing that they make furniture, all kind of furniture. Like this guy right here, they're making an office chair right there. And they make not only furniture that's just generic furniture, but if you happen to shop at IKEA, there was one time, I don't know if they're still doing it, but there was one time a few years back where, innocent old and affordable IKEA, they were busted. Martin, hold on, they were busted for having prisoners make part of their components.
But that had to be Swedish prisoners, right?
No, Martin, American prisoners, my friend.
You'll elaborate.
No, hell no. And like I said, it's not. But don't just think IKEA. It's a lot of things. You are probably sitting on a chair right now that a prisoner has touched. Yeah. I love this guy right here. He's like, damn, that's a good seat. He's like, damn, I used to sniff sticks like these. That's why I'm in prison right now. Now, if you drive a Honda, guess what? You're probably driving something that was made by prisoners. And prisoners were actually making, now they were getting paid probably, from what I understand here, they were probably making more than the average prisoner. They were making probably like about $2 an hour building components for Honda cars. However, the same job that they had out in the civilian world, that job would probably pay 20 times more than what people would do to make these cars. You're like, man, look, I don't eat at McDonald's. I don't drive a Honda, and I sure don't buy that IKEA shit. So I'm good. Well, look down at your legs right now. What is that? Oh, fuck, jeans. Yeah, you would. There are some places where prisoners make jeans, and they even saying that we don't
Those
even.
some hot jeans.
Those, yeah. You know what? They were made by hot prisoners, Martin, because they say right here that this is that JCPenney and Kmart were found for making using prison work to make jeans, but there are probably some other sources of jeans being made that we don't even know about. So that, what you're looking at that, it'd be funny if that's a man wearing them jeans right there.
It's a fine ass man.
Well, then when you go to prison, you know who you hooking up with.
Buddy Victor.
Yeah. Listen, Martin and I had that talk like, hey, we going in for life. We looking for a dude just like that. With an ass just like that.
Tag team back again.
You're gone. You used to be the Don Juan. Now your name is just Twan. You act like I'm talking to you. Hey, if you don't go to prison the same time I do, we good, man.
I don't being in prison.
You were staring at him the whole time.
Yeah.
And not blinking.
Yeah. Starbucks actually they've had their holiday cups and holiday wear made by prisoners. So if you go to Starbucks and you think you have some big left-wing liberal who's preaching against the system, prisoners are all off in your coffee too.
They're just twisting that knife. Only the Christmas cups.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, you bastard.
Yeah.
Happy holidays from Rikers.
But Starbucks has a whole policy of hiring prisoners as well.
You talking about in a good way?
Yes.
You know what? And that's
in their stores.
Yeah, and there are some areas where they consider it to be not completely bad. I do know that, and let me see here. I do know that they have some places where they say, we're getting these people to do the work, but they're getting training too.
Yeah.
For like example for dentures, you know, they're getting dental training when they do this. So
That's good work.
Yeah.
yeah, I know it might be hard to find a job when they find out you were incarcerated when you go out, but you know, at least they're getting the training. Still, it's cheap labor. We're almost done with the list here, but there's also, you know, because again, now we're getting into some really, really basic things. You're like, man, if I really, really wanted to, all this stuff is really easy to avoid. Well, if you like your hot dogs, you like your hamburgers, chances are there's a prisoner in your meat. Man,
In your meat,
literally. Like, you know, a prisoner too they probably fell into the grinder. You know, you might be eating a murderer or something or a rapist. Damn, that Mexican dude back there, like, shit, I'm hungry.
Oh man, Hector's in there.
Yeah, you looking at that like, you know that dude is like, when nobody's looking, he just scooping up handfuls of raw meat and eating that shit. Now, there's also a point where you got your girl. You two are probably newlyweds. Hey, my man, you know, on your night, you ever wore lingerie for your man right there? I'm gonna say that's a yes. Well, you know what, man, Don, I hate to tell you, but a prisoner probably had her first, man. Don't worry about it though. It was probably a chick, because at one time for Victoria's Secret, they had a special line, like an angel line or something of lingerie that was out there, and at the time they hired 25 female
Prisoners?
inmates to go in from South Carolina. They subcontracted to stitch lingerie.
Oh,
Yeah, so you know, I mean, wasn't that many people, but they're everywhere.
You thought they hired prisoners as models?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm all right. You know what? And they're all dudes. I like the way they just shut the homegirl back there in the back.
I ain't want no picture with Taylor. No way, Snake.
I know. They're all like, just pretend she's not there. She'll go away. Yeah, I think there's Taylor Swift in the middle right there. Yeah, there's the point is it's everywhere. So don't sit up here and just be upset about basic things, basic racism, just because you feel like you have to. You know, you see something and it just triggers
got
you.
nothing else.
Yeah, well, she's probably young too. Like how young, I don't know, but we see this with a lot of young people. Now I can't say that with her, but we see with a lot of young people. Girls go to college, all of a sudden, you know, they're really, really strong about feminism, and they're like hawks looking out for it.
Right.
You know, they talk down to people. Dudes go to college. You know, all of a sudden they get into politics. They get, you know, they're all into like the causes out
yeah,
there.
my brother. But do you know that? Shut up.
Yeah, I done seen so many black dudes talk about, yeah, brother, and they got so many white women. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, where's that white girl at? What you mean? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know, it's just stop being so upset about things until you really know what's going on, because a lot of this stuff, this is more insidious, this is more harmful than cotton sitting on a shelf. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. In other words, quit being stupid.
She ain't got nothing else going on, man.
Exactly.
She's bored.
Yeah.
Do we know that prisoners made that cotton at Hobby Lobby?
Don't say that. She'll have a point then. We don't want to prove her right.
How you in prison work? Make my frame. Sure, we got you. Got to ship this to Huntsville first.
Turning prisoners into florists to make some shit like that. The prisoner's bouquet.